Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is AJ Loiacono. He is the CEO at Capital RX. AJ, it is wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Judy.
So, AJ, exciting news. You just made the Inc. 5000 list again. And then we saw the strategic funding round news that came out with participation from more than 10 of the nation's leading health systems. So for anyone who's not familiar with Capital RX, tell me about the company and what you do.
Yeah, I often say we're the best plumbers in healthcare. So we do everything that people can't see behind the scenes. So Capital RX, at the heart and soul of our company, is a platform called JUDI. JUDI is short for adjudication, and she's the brains of our organization. And what JUDI does is she processes all the electronic workflows you can't see. So if you're at the register at the pharmacy and you're processing a prescription, we're the electronic back end, where we're doing hundreds of tasks in milliseconds, clinical rule sets, billing, eligibility. And what we do then is we also do payment workflows and reimbursement workflows. So really, we're what powers the back end of any claim administration.
Okay, so talk to me about your growth year over year.
Well, our growth has been, I think, record-breaking in many ways. We debuted on the Inc. 5000 at 33. We're a second time appear on that. In addition, we debuted number 15 on the Deloitte Fast 500. So in order to achieve this, year over year, we're looking at many times, 400, 500% year over year growth. And I think the reason behind that is at the core of our nation, our infrastructure in which we process claims is quite old. I compare it to the electrical grid, that sometimes you'll hear statistics that if 5% of all vehicles were electric, the electrical grid would crash. And so healthcare is very similar. It's typically 20, 30, 40 years old, the claim infrastructure. These are disparate systems that don't speak to each other. They're quite fragile and they don't scale, which means it increases the cost for actual healthcare. So for us, by having a modern platform that is the only platform of its type, and really taking that cost down, we administrate claims 1/8 of the cost of our competitors. And so what we're able to do is to offer a better quality benefit at a lower price point.
So talk to me about your customers. Why are they coming to you for help here?
Yeah, I think it's a process that takes time. I always say you have to be patient in healthcare. And oftentimes you have to be humble in the sense that I often say in healthcare, you have a trust score. So if you set your mark or eyes on, I'm gonna go after something that's 1 million lives or multi-million lives as like a carrier or a health system, you're gonna have a very difficult time when you start. So you have to start at a very humble beginning. And this begins with selling 1,000-life employer groups and unions and municipalities and gaining the trust to then service 10,000-life groups and 100,000-life groups. And now we service over 2.5 million members in all 50 states. What makes us unique, again, is our technology and why people turn to us, but we're a full-service solution that processes not just commercial claims for employer groups, but also Medicare and Medicaid government claim processing.
Now, you mentioned Medicare and Medicaid. You just entered into the government programs market this year. So tell me about the opportunity in the Medicare and Medicaid market, and what's your outlook for 2024?
So when we thought about Medicare, it wasn't just being able to process Medicare claims. It was how do you do it better? How do you create a better patient experience for your star ratings? How do you create better operational oversight for CMS and your audit workflow? And what we wanted to do was to be purpose-built. So if you think about our competitors, they really had to shoehorn into the requirements on old systems. Medicare expansion happened in 2006, it went into effect, so our system is purpose-built based upon those specifications. And so we provide a level of scale and agility our competitors can't provide, which translates into better accuracy and a better patient experience, which increases your star ratings, which is very important for carriers and providers of Medicare plans, because your star ratings impacts your reimbursement level. And so for us, people turn to us as being a really one-of-a-kind modern platform for government claim processing. And if you think about it, roughly 1/3 of the country runs on Medicare and Medicaid claim administration, so it's very important.
All right, well, I have to say, great name for your platform, Judy. It's been wonderful to talk with you, AJ. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you so much, Judy.